A spot in the final 16 in Sioux City is at stake. And we're underway in Wichita. Poked up by Briar, and the Lions dredge out the opening tip-off. Briar, one of the best offenses in the NAIA, outslugged Mid-America Christian yesterday and really shut down the Evangels in the second half. And I had a feeling that that would be the most competitive of the 4 games we saw yesterday. It ended up being the least competitive. Great find and a finish. Matosian sets it up. Akulu opened down low. And that is what Vanguard fans are used to seeing. Did not get to see much of that at all yesterday from Melissa Akulu because of those fouls. McNair coughs it up. CE with the strip. Looking for Matosian and taken away the other side by McNair. CE hits the deck on the other side. Subin now looks for help. On-man rush. Slaughter's open. She will get the ball. She will take the shot, and she will hit the shot. Peyton Slaughter for 3. And Briar has the lead for the first time today. CE goes down again as she runs into the contact of McNair. Crabtree open on the wing. Matosian finds her and now gets the trailer. Hallie CE. All-conference point guard this year for the Lions. Freshman of the year in the GSAC last season. Crabtree needs help. Finds it in the form of Madsen. Jaren Madsen connects from downtown again. Her second make deep ball already. She made 5 in their NAIA tournament victory last season against LSU Shreveport. 2 yesterday in their NAIA tournament victory against St. Mary. And 2 already today. Briar will call a timeout. Mallie McNair, team leader with 22 points yesterday, leaves up top for Flanagan. Her 3 is short. Offensive rebound by Connor Sudman. She will pull up, second chance shot, no good, and CE secures the rebound for Vanguard. There were 4 lead changes and 2 score ties in that first quarter, exactly what we expected. Seeing how end-to-end it was. When Vanguard has been able to hold on to the basketball, they have been extremely lethal in this game. They're 7 of 11 from the floor as a team and 3 of 5 from deep. Crabtree looking to add to it. What a shot! Ashlyn Crabtree from way downtown. And Vanguard opens up a 6-point lead. It's their largest lead of the game. C for Crabtree. Benny comes out to mark her. Seems like a good move for Briar, but now she will sag off onto C. Tran. Peyton Slaughter, the veteran charger on her. Vanguard taking their time on their recent possessions here in the second quarter. 4 to shoot. CE sees it. Looking for Tran. Tran with 1. Got it off in time and swirled it in. Great finish by Brittany Tran. With a second left on the timer, and Vanguard takes it away as Briar got a little bit out of sorts trying to hustle back. Again, Vanguard has been very deliberate in this second quarter. Briar trying to run and gun a little bit. Vanguard slowing the tempo, especially with Akulu off. Great find, and Matosian with the finish on the setup from Hallie CE. 19 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off, and that is a great sign for Vanguard, considering their lack of urgency here in this second quarter. They can bleed this thing down the rest of the way and wait for one more shot if they so choose, and I imagine they will. He inbounded right underneath the bucket, and Matosian will take it all the way back out to the restraining line. Needs help. CE gets away from McNair with 10 seconds left. Vanguard bench reminding them of the shot clock as CE drives in and finishes with 2 seconds to spare. A patient second quarter for Vanguard. They led the entire time. And after a back-and-forth first quarter, the Lions open up a double-digit lead, and their lead at halftime here in Wichita is 38-30. The number 2 seed in the regional favorites ahead at the half here at the Garvey Center, and 2 quarters away from a spot in the final 16 in Sioux City. Mallie McNair, Briar leading scorer yesterday, scored only 2 points in the first half. Peyton Slaughter will trigger a deep 3, and she swishes it. Second made deep ball by Peyton Slaughter, and just the 6th for Briar that matches the first half output by Vanguard. They also made 6, but shooting twice as efficiently as Briar is from both the floor and from downtown. Matosian will try to answer. It missed everything. And her opposite, number 11, Peyton Slaughter, with the board for Briar 5-point game. McNair open for 3, too strong. And Slaughter gets the rebound in front of her own bench. Splits the double team. Has Benny open. Benny drives, and Kennedy Benny with the finish. A game high 11 points for Benny and more second chance points for Briar Cliff. They've scored 9. Vanguard has scored 8 second chance points in this game. The teams have combined for 13 offensive rebounds. Kennedy Benny drives, kicks. McNair pops up from the foul line. Good for Mally McNair. Just her second made field goal of the game. Again, team high 22 points yesterday for Briar Cliff. Outmatched only by Matthew Shy Christopher in the scoring column yesterday. CE travels as she drives in. Kennedy Benny gets some high fives from her teammates. Known for her defense, has been for years in the GPAC. She just blocked off Hallie CE and forces Vanguard into a timeout with the lead down to 1. Well, Briar Cliff was given a new lease on life on that possession, and they were not able to take advantage and potentially cut into the deficit. Headman pass on the inbound. CE sees a double team. She coughs it up again. Stripped by Kennedy Benny. Another takeaway by Briar Cliff. Vanguard has turned the ball over 13 times, and Benny will finish it off on the other end. The steal and the deal for Kennedy Benny. Briar Cliff within 1. This game is tied for the first time since the first quarter. Alexis Silva in place of C. Matosian for Silva, poor pass, and it goes into the Vanguard bench. Another giveaway, the 16th by the Lions. Briar Cliff has been charged with only 3. And with the shot clock off, Briar Cliff has a chance once again to take the lead. Connor Sudman, the all-everything guard for the Chargers, with 10. Figures she may hold on to it here. Sudman thought about it. Now she's in trouble. All the way across it goes. Benny for 3 with 3. Left it short. Put back is good. Langle converts at the buzzer. And Briar Cliff leads for the first time since the first quarter. On the floor, they rule it good. Benny's shot missed everything, but Rachel Langle was right there. It's been a tough shooting day for her so far, but she comes through in a clutch situation for the Chargers. And if it stands, Briar Cliff leads for the first time since the first quarter. Akulu has not been able to do much in this game because of the foul trouble, but she's back in, has not been charged for a foul since the first quarter, which is good news for the Lions, but even with Akulu on the floor, Briar Cliff was able to come back. 10 to shoot. Benny through the traffic. Kennedy Benny converts again. A game-high 18 points for the GPAC Defensive Player of the Year. And Briar Cliff has tied the score again. Certainly a good score. 3rd on the team in points this year, Kennedy Benny. It's not what she's known for. Skip pass, CE. Great cut and a finish for Hallie CE. She's got 12, tied for the team high. Also 6 assists. One of the best passers in the NAIA. Benny, kick out. Slaughter sizes up the 3, and Peyton Slaughter swishes it. Sarah Matosian, off of a career game yesterday. Quieter today because she's had other players step up. Might need her here in the fourth quarter. Akulu seeing a double team, swims around Langle, reverse layup, good. That's what gets Melissa Akulu her 20th double-double of the season. 11 points, 10 rebounds for the stud center from Uganda. Mally McNair with the answer and sends Crabtree to the deck on the other side. As we reported to you a minute ago, Kennedy Benny is back in for Briar Cliff. The GPAC Defensive Player of the Year, 2nd team All-Conference, the 3rd time that she has been awarded that distinction in her vaunted Briar Cliff career. She doesn't want it to end here. A lot of Chargers potentially playing their final games. If they can win it, they'll head back to Sioux City and play a game in their hometown next week. Connor Sudman trying to make it happen, and she's put Briar Cliff back in front. The do-everything, Connor Sudman, the Briar Cliff superstar. Just her 3rd make from the floor today, and the Chargers are back in front in the final 2:22. Akulu has had a big second half. Lost her dribble, but still is able to convert. Akulu is 7 of 10 from the field and a team-high 16 points. That is exactly what she can do. She's so tough to stop. They could hit that average if McNair hits her 2nd, which she does not. But it's an offensive rebound for Peyton Slaughter. Never say die. Briarcliff continues. Offensive rebounds and takeaways have been the story today. Kennedy Benny back onto the floor, and Briarcliff back on top. 65-64. Final 90 seconds of regulation. Here we go. Hallie CE. All-conference point guard. Leaves for Matosian. Down low again for Akulu. Lost the handle. Who's it off on? Briarcliff basketball. The number 2 seeded Vanguard Lions on the ropes here in Wichita. Hallie CE lost her dribble, spins around, puts it up, and somehow gets it to go. Hallie CE's brilliant weekend continues. She's got 14. Vanguard leads. 35 seconds left. Connor Sudman this way for Benny. She's had a brilliant game. Benny picks up her dribble down low for Peyton Slaughter. Pops off of Medansky, and Slaughter converts. Briarcliff back in front. Another timeout. And her latest shot, her 8th made field goal of the game, has now put Vanguard 13 seconds away from the final 16. Do the Chargers have one more surge in them? Rachel Langle right back to Connor Sudman with 10. Sudman all the way in, she finishes again. Connor Sudman converts with 8 seconds to go, and the Chargers back in front. Timeout, Vanguard. This was the game we expected we would see after that first quarter. Back and forth we went. A couple of ties, a couple of lead changes. Vanguard then seemed to take full control in the second quarter, led by as many as 11 at the midway mark. Briarcliff bounced all the way back and took the lead going into the fourth quarter on a putback on a missed shot by Rachel Langle. That gave the Chargers the lead, and thanks largely to that player on that side right there, Kennedy Benny, the Chargers have been in contention. Not just in contention, but in position to potentially win it all fourth quarter. What a battle we've had in this fourth quarter, and once again, Vanguard is going to need their top players to deliver. Yesterday, it was Matosian who came through with a career game. Hallie CE was close to a triple-double. Jaren Madsen hit a couple of critical threes. Today, it has been Melissa Akulu. Ashlyn Crabtree has also hit a couple of key threes, and CE has done her thing with 14 points and 7 helpers. Both teams out of timeouts. And Russ Davis, who for the 11th time in his illustrious career was named Coach of the Year in his conference, will have to draw up one more play. Vanguard converted on their last opportunity. Briarcliff 8 seconds away from a return trip home to Sioux City and a second straight spot in the final 16. CE on the inbound for Matosian. Drives in with 5. Kicks it all the way out. Poor pass. Matosian will kick it up from deep. And she airballs it. Briarcliff secures the upset. The Chargers are going back to the final 16 in Sioux City. And Vanguard, the number 2 seed in the quadrant, is out. The defense of the Chargers pulls through, and the team from Sioux City will play close to home for the second straight season. And for the second straight season, Vanguard's year ends in the second round. A poor pass made life difficult for Sarah Matosian, and a player who barely missed from the floor yesterday. She was 5 of 6 from 3-point range to get Vanguard past St. Mary. Had to force up a difficult shot. 5 of 6 yesterday. Matosian 1 of 6 today. How much things can change in 24 hours. And Briarcliff clawed all the way back, down by as many as 11 in the second quarter. The Chargers push back and surge on into the final 16 for the second straight season.